All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I have not muted any of you guys, so don't worry. I'm not worried about it. Just want to do a formal introduction for the recording. Welcome to the Monday morning, sorry, 11, it's 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain, and 12 noon Standard Time. This is every Monday. This is just interactive training, accountability coaching. And so I'm going to go ahead and stop my screen share, and I'm just going to share a little openly here with everybody. So let's see, I was talking about being frozen. I was talking about, well, there's a few things I want to talk about. So the very first thing is that I'm going to repeat what I said because I think it's so powerful to hear. So as many of you know, I'm in the Diamond Life mentorship program, and there are different levels of that, but it's one of the most comprehensive personal development and training programs. And don't worry, I don't get a commission on this, that I've ever been involved in. And so, as soon as I signed up for it back in late October, everything shifted. I started November 5th. I'm now through the first 90 days. I would be absolutely lost without it. And what we're going to do today, Val, is we're going to kind of go through and create space and time for everybody to work on their business. And we're going to create some type of structure and some type of accountability. I think for me, it's like the accountability on the call is, and we can have this for this meeting. We can do a type form where before the meeting, you can go through and it'll ask you, how much money you're currently making in your business, what's your business income goal? And you guys can write this stuff down right now. How many hours a week are you working on your business? That's like you need to be like really honest, not how many hours you think you want to work on your business. There's two different sides to this coin. How many hours you actually are working on your business, your home-based business every week. And really know those numbers, how many new exposures you're getting, how many contacts, how many new people have signed up in your business. So knowing your numbers and then creating the space to be working on your business. It's okay if you're not getting some things accomplished if you're working in your business and you don't have the resources to outsource that stuff. But where I'm at with, I'll just tell you on my own journey is that, I just shared that I was missing maybe 2 to 6 hours a week of school education. And boss was like, no. You need to be outsourcing that 2 to 6 hours a week that you're working in your business to be working on your business. And it like clicked for me. And I already had started that, but I've already figured out a way to do that. And it's, there's simple things we can talk about. So like really quickly, for me, I'll just let you know what I do. So at 9 a.m. I have an alarm that goes off and it says school's in session. Now I'm usually early to every meeting. I'm on time, right? They say if you're on time, you're late. However, I allow myself to be late for school. I just do. I kind of was always late the first period anyway. But I don't allow myself to skip. And so what that looks like is on some days, if I've got a 9 a.m., that means I might be doing a training in the car if I've got to work in my business. And for me, working in my business traditionally is totally fine. If I'm processing orders, although that's getting outsourced. If I'm doing an installation here because it's a local person, that's fine. If I'm doing a service call, that's good cash flow for me. I got to keep my cash flow up, so that's good. But if I don't get to it, then I have a hard line at 6 p.m. where before I can do dinner, before I can do maybe some personal relaxing things, some hobby health, I've got to at least do an hour of new education and new I'm not saying the word correctly. New application, right? Or implementing what I'm learning. If I'm not doing that, then at least 4 days a week, I'm falling behind. So, because you guys know how this is, right? I'm sure all of us have taken an online course and not finished it. I'm sure all of us have signed up for something and not followed through. So there just needs to be an accountability, and I would really recommend you use me. You can text me, you can say, hey, Carlos, I did 2 hours today of class. But if you haven't joined Online Empires, if you're planning on learning how to market online and create an online asset, do it. It's so cheap. It's good. You got to get through the fluff. You want to go through it like your people are going to go through it. You don't want to like skip ahead and go, oh, I'm just going to get to this other stuff. Just do it. And you don't have to use Online Empires. You can use another one. I don't care what the platform is. I will be switching to the Diamond Life platform, which will be out within a few weeks, but I'm going to keep my Online Empires going because it's actually making me money. I think I made like $400 or $500 last month. So it's good. I've got enough, traction and people in there that are getting results and doing the deals. So, there's income to be made there. Here's the break even for you guys. If you're doing any of these, what Bloss is the same price. It's 3 people. If you get 3 people into the platform that are doing the education, yours is free. So that needs to be a priority in your schedule if we're going to start to reverse engineer. I mean, you've got to be inviting people to click on your link and join the free week. And you've got to be in there yourself. And if you're not, you got to do it. You just got to do it. And then make that time. So whatever time you want to set for yourself, my alarm goes off 4 days a week for school, and I try to do 5 to 6 days, and I try to do 2 to 4 hours a day. So, but at the minimum for someone who's new, 4 hours a week, but it's got to be focused and you got to be honest with yourself. The next thing I want to talk about your day is to schedule in at least 1 day a week. So that's 1 to 2 hours. It might be 3 hours where you're calling and inviting people to our Thursday webinar. Guys, if you're not on that thing and you're not taking advantage of it, and I'm going to give you the new dates and times too, because a lot of you weren't on the call. I mean, that's a high converting deal. Like I'm not floating my own boat, but that's a solid web class. Like that's what we're covering in 50 minutes, and the feedback I'm getting from distributors and from new people is, we had 20, I think we had 34 exposures last Thursday. I think the week before we had 5 or 6 between the 2 classes. So here's the new times and dates. You'll be getting a message from me later tomorrow. No, later today, later tonight. I got it in my calendar here. So it's going to be 7 p.m. on Tuesdays. So that allows you to take action when we get off this call in 15 minutes. Start sending some texts, start sending some invites. You all should have in your text feed the link and something you can copy and paste and the flyer. And matter of fact, I will send out the new flyer now to you guys. It does say Tuesday at 7, and then it says Thursday at 10. I'm sorry. So I got to go Pacific time. So I don't want to muddle this for you. It's Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Utah time, Mountain Time, and then 12 noon Central. So if you're in Texas, it's 12 noon on Tuesdays. And then those times on Thursdays are going to be the 6, the 7, and the 8, respectively. So it's 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain, and then 8 p.m. Central Time, of course, 9 p.m. Eastern. But that's that's the best, especially for you that aren't guys that aren't doing demos in your house and aren't doing traditional presentations. I don't know how else you're going to build your business other than building Tuesday and Thursday. And the reason we split it up was based off my coach. He said, you want to have, multiple, you don't want to have it once a week, because if you're running ads, it's too spread out. You got to have 2 times. And then, you want your people attending it live. Yes, the recorded, but the recording and the recording quality transfer is not the same experience as live. And then, it's okay to wake up some of the dead. If you've got dead distributors or people you want to invite to that, do it. And you don't have to be if this conflicts with your schedule, so what? Invite people. Don't let your current, situation, if you're not available, at 10 a.m. on Tuesday and 6 p.m. on Thursday, don't let that stop your business from growing. I'm here to service you and your people and take care of your people. So utilize that, use it as a tool. get good at invitations. You know, we did cover invitations on the last training, so we can cover a little bit more today, but go back and rewatch that training. And how you access all these trainings, it's just my Carlos W. Gonzales YouTube channel, and you can get there by clicking on any of the recordings I've sent you in the last month. And you know, and save your text threads, and you know, send those out. Those are all marketing materials for you. I believe I'm marketable, so market me and use me. It's the same way that I use Blas as a third party, that I market the Diamond Life, that I market his channel. I'm not in competition with anyone. You know what I mean? I'm here to win and use the resources that are around me. So that's a couple things. And then, you know, if you're not listening to the Diamond Life program while we're on that subject, you're missing out. Val, do you want to come on and say something about that? Nobody gives a better. I mean, I wouldn't even be listening to it at the level and the intensity that I am without Val's constant, you know, go for it, Val. Take it away.
Well, I was kind of spotty on it at first, and I decided to dedicate 1 episode per day, and I started going with that. And then I ended up having a job in Arkansas, so I had a 12-hour drive. And I listened to 10
That was my
episodes.
fault. That was my fault.
I was helping Carlos out with the install. So, but you know, it just was remarkable because anytime I get on the road and I travel and I just can get into any type of good trainings like, you know, what Blas does. I mean, I listened to 10 back to back and I was so fired up. By the time I got home, I was just, you know, so excited about my business and everything about it. Plus helping people, you know, I drove a long ways to help this couple and that went really great. But yeah, you know, it's a free program. It's there for our taking. It's do it. I mean, commit to it. Yeah,
He's so good. I
rocked
mean,
my
it's
world.
just like,
Yeah.
man, I mean, it's everything that I know to be true about everything, and it's like in your face, and he takes away every excuse you got, and you like, you will be unrecognizable to yourself if you do 50 episodes. There's like 50 out there, and I say do one a week, like one of the number, like start at number 1, and then do the most recent. Subscribe to his channel, subscribe to my channel, get notifications, get in the game. You know, if not now, when? But it'll transform you. And you're gonna have tips. You're gonna have a tip off every episode, something you can do for your own personal development.
He gives you answers to when you're working with somebody and they give you excuses on how to handle them. I mean, you know, you're so sharp by the time you get done with that training that you got a weapon, and anybody that, you know, crosses your path,
I mean,
you know
I'm unstoppable on the phone right now. I mean, listen, I don't do sales calls, just so you know. And I've done, I mean, inspired, you know, 70 sales calls over the weekend. That's how many like solid leads I have. And, you know, it just takes away every excuse, you know. So we want to start getting some leads. That's the other thing. So if you don't have anybody to invite to the web class, you need to make a list today. Definitely, highly recommend that. And then you need to call them and let them know what you're doing. You may not be able to make a powerful invitation on the first call. You might need to call people and catch up. Texting is fine, but you're not going to connect deeply. You need to be picking up the phone and dialing for dollars and making those connections, and then new people. So the lifeblood of any business, the lifeblood of any church, the lifeblood of any organization is the new people. And so new invitations, you know, don't be I'm not shy about what I do, and I'm not shy about inviting people. I'm inviting people to my web classes. I'm inviting people even to this training. You know, we have 14 people on today. Thank you so much for listening in. I invite people to this. I'm not scared or shy, or like, it's in this day and age. I mean, guys, you understand the new middle class is 100 grand a year, right? You get that? That's the truth. Do you know that the poverty line? Okay, listen to this. You guys blow your mind. In San Francisco, if you make $100,000 a year, you're considered at the poverty line. for the cost of living in San Francisco. It's not like that everywhere. That's more like middle class in most places. So that's where we are. So we need to raise our bar and our gaze and get around people that are making the 300, 500, 700, $1 million a year earners, so that we can just level up and just, this is nonsense, right? Not having, falling down. I told Jamie Butters this 18 months ago. He still reminds me of this. I walked into his place, and this is before I had really decided I was gonna just really start doing my business all out, which I've been doing for 18 months. It's just been online the last 4. But I said, dude, I feel like I'm falling into the middle class, And if I didn't have the quarter, if I didn't have the fourth quarter that I had this year, my income would have been down probably 20 or 30% from the year before, right? And then rate of inflation's up 20 to 30%, not good. So yeah, so in terms of reverse engineering, if you don't have a calendar that says, and you don't have alarms in your phone that say school's in session, if you don't have an idea of what day you're going to be doing your calls, my days Friday and Saturday, I don't mind calling people on the weekend, and anybody I don't get to or that I forget about, I'll do on Sunday. That sets me up for this, so I can be present for you, and then it sets me up for Tuesdays because I planted the seed, and then every other week, or at least twice a month, I have an in-home demo. So Wednesday night I have my in-home demo, then Thursday morning we have the webinar, and then I'm doing I'm doing different things in between. So you want to be busy in your business. You want your business to drive you. This week, my business is definitely driving me. And then what I was talking about, Val, earlier before you got on, I want to talk about now is and just so the new people that are on here, it's Blas W. Cardos on YouTube. You can't miss it. Start with episode 1. For my 2 channels on YouTube, it's at Delicate Living Water, and then it's at I think it's actually at Work Online with Carlos, but you can find me at Carlos W. Gonzales as well on YouTube. But anyway, and if you haven't followed me on Instagram, find me on Instagram. My handle is just at Carlos W. Gonzales. But we were talking about I was talking about the training I've been doing the last day, really since Friday, but today was, I really did it and implemented it this morning before I got on the call. And so the guy has run over $280 million in ads for various, companies, everything from Fortune 500 to some of the top celebrities and top YouTubers and, people that are running traffic. And so he basically said this. He says, if you learn this and you really learn pixels and you really learn ad set, unless Facebook disappeared, which it won't, you won't have to worry about much for the next, for the foreseeable future, and that for us in this program, if you give this program 5 solid years, you give everything we're talking about on this call 5 solid years, you're going to have an incredible business, and the reality is that the work I did in 2013, to 2015, really 2011 to 2015, but that's probably half my income, 60 to 70% of my income today from work that I did, over a decade ago, well, almost a decade ago, so pretty wild stuff. So that's the power of our industry. People are looking, and the reason I'm talking about that new middle class being 100,000 a year gross income is because you got to understand there are so many people that are struggling, that are making 50 to 70 grand a year, that don't have time, that really would if they knew a way. And what's different about us than anybody else right now is we're they can contact us and get involved with us in real time. And that's the other thing. I'm going to be doing a post about this. We have our Monday trainings, we have our Tuesday web class, we have our Thursday web class, and then you've got all these other tools between Online Empires, between Blas's podcast, between Online Empires Facebook group, and those trainings, those are every Monday evening. There's so many recordings. Like, you have a platform to build an organization and to train people. That's all that matters in our industry, is if you can get a few, a large number of people to do a few things right, you're going to get growth. But you've got to get the people, you've got to get the eyeballs on your business. And the way you get your eyeball on your business is you invite them to Tuesday, you invite them to Thursday, you invite them to this, you invite them to, when you watch a Blah's podcast that lights you up, send it to your prospect and ask them to listen. I mean, that you're sending them gold, especially when, I think, what episode is it, Val? I think I sent it to Victoria, but I think it's episode 11 where he talks about Enagic checking all the boxes. I mean, it's like, you can't send that to someone and not have them want to check out your web class. Like, if they listen to the first 20 minutes even, and most of his podcasts are getting shorter. I've noticed it's smart. They're under a half hour, which is like perfect. But I will do two things. I'll make notes for you guys today, and I'm gonna open up for questions. I will look and find, it might be episode 10. I'll send out episode 10. I'll send you, as soon as we get off the call, I'll send out the new flyer for Tuesday and Thursday. It's the same flyer. It's the same, not the same Zoom link for this meeting. It's the same Zoom link I've been sending you for 3 weeks for the Thursday web class. And so I'll send out whatever the Enagic checks all the boxes to everybody. And then I'll also, that's on this call anyway, and I'll send out the flyer. So wins, anybody have any wins they want to celebrate, or any struggles they want guidance on?
Yes, this is Marilyn. Thanks for the call, Carlos. And yes, I do have a win. I had a demonstration yesterday online with a gentleman that I met who was in a significant amount of pain, and so much pain. In his words, he said, "Some days I just feel like I don't want to live." I actually sold him 2 boxes of Ukon, and he got on the demonstration yesterday, and he loved what he see, and he's going to talk to his wife about investing in it. So I just want to thank you. I appreciate you, and I definitely need the support.
You bet. Quit saving sick people, Marilyn.
Quit saving. Okay.
Quit saving sick people. Okay. Go look for hungry entrepreneurs, people that want to be online entrepreneurs.
Okay. I'll take that advice.
No, I know you just got a big heart. The reason I can tease Marilyn is we talk a lot, and she's always got someone that she's trying to save. So
I got a win.
tell me about it.
So I got 2 wins. I have I've worked a amazing, God's so great, opened up Italy for me. So I got Italy happening, and the Philippines is just opening up for me. So I need to talk to you about JV Pacifica. So I have,
Yeah, he's there. He's there until he's in the Philippines until the Washington event. So hey, Chris, remember Chris Boland, remember Chris Witcherman, remember the people in Washington. David, if you have anybody in Washington, Jake, if you have anybody in Washington State, we're gonna do a live event April the 20th. April the 21st. It's a Sunday. We do them there on Sundays because Joe, our upline, is a certain religion, then they don't do anything on Saturday. But I'm not sure what they do on Saturday, but they can't work. Talk on the phone. But yeah, no, it's, which is fine in Washington. Sunday morning always works in Washington. So it's gonna be Sunday morning. We're gonna do a Super Sunday, April 21st, Washington State, Victoria. Remember that too. But for all our Washington people. So I'm going to be calling everybody and getting people engaged in that. And if anybody has anybody in Washington, that's a safe meeting you can bring people to. But JV will be in the Philippines until April. So he's there now. So we got boots on the ground there. And think about who you guys know worldwide. Who do you know outside the United States? Who do you know who travels? Who do you know who that's ex-military? Who do you know that's, getting divorced? Nothing like a hungry divorcee who wants to make money, right? Those are plenty of those divorces going on every week, every year in this country. And Chris likes that stuff. Any other wins? Guys, if you don't have the web classes in your calendar in the alarm section, like, you know what I mean? Put it in there. I appreciate you guys making this call and being here. If you need help with invitations, if you need scripts, there's nothing wrong with a third-party call, you know, introduce them to me, and then let's make a powerful invitation together. If you're working with Val, have Val do the same. Val's had some pretty good shows. Val had a good week on the web classes. And then remember, no passive aggressiveness, no like upset when they don't show up, just consistent with the invitation every week. The story I tell is one of my 6A2s. I invited him for 14 months and he never attended a darn thing. Now, I didn't invite him every week, but he was on my monthly list where and I got a lot of stories like 7, 8, 9 months, consistent invitations. I don't ever, if I see them in public and they didn't attend, I don't bring it up. You know, I'll send them another invitation, you know, maybe when I got the following month, I'll just drip on them. I don't blast them with too much stuff. And if you're sending certain things, like you guys will notice, I'm not trying to send you guys everything. This week, I kind of was on top of everything, but like, I want you guys to put this call in your calendar so I don't have to hit you every week on this. That way, when I hit you with something, it's important, you might open it and do it. And then put also in your calendars, the new flyer and the new times for Tuesday and for Thursday web classes. And does anyone have any questions before we complete?
Hey, Carlos, it's Victoria. I want to
Marilyn.
share my win. Hi. And Marilyn, I have to say, girl, I feel you because Carlos is always inviting me to shift into my new timeline from, you know, trying to save people into calling in business builders, right? But that's the nurse in me. So I just wanted to share that if any of you guys on this call don't have your business
Yeah,
on,
so I'm like sitting back like, okay, you know, whatever. You know, I'm just disappointed the lady across the hall.
Let me mute her. I don't even think she heard
Yeah.
it. All right, Marilyn's
Yeah,
good.
she probably didn't.
She's saving someone. She's saving it. She's
Yeah, there you go.
all right.
Saving more lives there. But anyhow, so I decided to finally put my business on Google maybe 3 months ago, and didn't really know what I'm doing. You know, it's a lot like what Carlos is talking about here. Just keep putting one step in front of the other, or one foot in front of the other. I literally had 0 reviews, nothing like that. This guy who's in the hospital just like Googled Kong in Boise. And I think a couple of them pulled up. He felt guided to reach out to me. I felt very guided to go and share some water with him. And me and my boyfriend walk in on Friday. And Carlos, I had sent him your 30-minute video. Right. And I'm sure he watched bits and pieces of it. And yeah,
He was
we
in a
just walked.
hospital bed. I hope he did.
Well, yeah, right. He's got a lot of time on his hands. Yeah. And we walk in with water, really just, you know, doing a good Samaritan act, really wanting to help this guy. Cause, you know, he reached out, he took the step, ask and you shall receive. You know, we have not because we ask not. And anyhow, so yeah, I shared, you know, we took some water in with us, and he was within, I'd say even less than 10 minutes. He's like, well, how do I get this water? And I said, well, it comes from a machine. He's like, handed me his.
I want to interrupt you, but why do you
Yeah.
think that happened?
Him reaching out to me?
No, yes. Why did you make that sale? Because you made that sale, you processed that direct K 8 points, you made $2,700.
Yeah.
Why did that happen really?
Because I've been doing the work.
But what specific work did you do?
You mean placing my business on Google?
No,
No.
no. Yes, that was a component. That was a piece.
Yeah.
What was it really? It was your daily income goal.
You're right. Thank you. Yes. Yes. When you and I set that daily income goal. Yep. Absolutely.
So I've
Yep.
invited
And
everybody on this call to call me and let's set a daily income goal, and I will set that for you along with you. Victoria was playing small, and all we did was double what she was currently making. And right now, I mean, how many times do you hit your daily income goal? I mean, you've hit it every day if we averaged it out, right?
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm
you've
ahead right now.
There's been days. So Victoria, can I share your daily income goal?
Please, please.
I think it's like $500 a day, right? Roughly 400.
547. Yeah.
Okay. So that works out to $219,000 a year or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's been quadrupling that on several days. So that means she's been hitting over $2,000, $2,400, $2,300, $2,700 on multiple days in the last week. Just since when did we do that? A week ago? 10 days ago?
Yeah, a week ago today. A week ago today, and then I had a direct Kate sell Tuesday, a direct Kate sell Friday. I've got a bunch in the pipeline.
Over $5,000 last week in commission. Like, dude, I mean,
Yeah.
that's so, and it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're already making 150 grand a year, extra $5,000 a week makes a huge difference in anyone's world. So that's what we're about. That's what we're trying to do here is really shift our mindset and get out of our own way and stop being stuck. I can't be stuck. I am so done being stuck with who I was even last year or the year before. So I
And
didn't mean to
Carlos,
cut you off there, Victoria, but
no. Yeah, I'm pretty much done. I just wanted to thank you again. And you hit the nail on the head right there with the mindset, because remember what you said to me when I called you Friday to share the good news. Share the good news, right? You said, Victoria, now you will start expecting this. You're just going to start expecting these things to just fall out of the sky, right?
Yeah.
So thank you, Carlos.
You bet, dear. Anyone else? Definitely get in my calendar. If you want to schedule that, you can just message me, send me your calendar link, and I'll send you my updated calendar link. You can schedule a 30-minute call, or we can just do it over the phone. Victoria just calls me on the phone in most cases. Shoot me a message, and let's just kind of go right into it and get some pen to paper. And if you need help on reverse engineering your day, remember you have 24 hours a week, you have 168 hours a week, you sleep hopefully, right, 6 to 8 hours a night. So minus sleep, you have 100+ hours a week. And when you start to really evaluate your time and schedule your life in, what happens is the first 2 weeks, it's horrible because you feel like you're a prisoner of your own life. And then what happens by week 2 or 3 is now all of a sudden, because you're so efficient, you have all this other time opening up. And then now you have new habits. So it doesn't even bother you because you have a new mode of operation. Now you've changed your program and your mindset loop. So now you're actually productive in your days. Now you're wanting to be more productive in your basic stuff like your hygiene, your workouts, your nutrition. Everything follows having, and then you have new habits, right? And what's a habit? A habit is something that you do that you don't even know you do, that doesn't take any energy. But in the beginning, those muscles are it's going to be painful. I think I'll do a post on that. I'm going to do a pain post. All right, here we go. I got new stuff. All right, well, I got to go because I have a 12 o'clock and Val and me are going to stay on the call. You guys are welcome to stay on this call and listen in. We're just going to talk to Mark if he's still on. So thanks, you guys. We'll see you next week. I'm going to end record.
Thanks, Carlos.
You bet.
Thanks, Carlos.
Thank you.